Hey YouTube, I'd like to give a warm welcome to everybody out there to the channel, and an especially warm welcome to all the new subscribers. I've had quite a little influx of new subscribers over the past several weeks or months, and that's what kind of led me today to do this video, the foundation of my plant-based diet. Now, a lot of people out there, if you watch my videos regularly, you know a lot of this stuff, but you know, it kind of just saves time a little bit on questions if I just, you know, kind of like lay it out there, lay it all out there right up front. First of all, one thing that you need to know is I keep everything simple. I'm not fancy. My recipes aren't fancy. The food that I share isn't fancy. And with the recipes, they're not even necessarily meant to, ooh, put this exact amount there. It's just kind of suggestions, ideas. Number two, I eat. I eat all the time. I'm not about sitting around hungry or, you know, eating a few pieces of fruit a day. I'm not about living on, you know, one type of food. I like a wide variety on this lifestyle, and that's one of the big parts of it for me, especially over the last 3 to 5 years, is getting more diversity, trying to eat as many different plants as I can throughout the week. So I would say, like, certain things, and I'm going to go through things that I eat really regularly, like stuff that I eat almost daily, if not daily. Fruit. You know, when I first started this lifestyle, I lived down in Costa Rica, and there was fruit everywhere. So I got really heavy on the fruit from the very beginning, and I still love fruit. I'm looking at some beautiful mangoes over there right now. Had mango and pineapple this morning. Another one I like a lot are blueberries, because those dark berries, the berries are probably the healthiest fruit for us that there is out there. But man cannot, well, some people think you can. Man cannot live on fruit alone, for me. Also, too, I'm not, when I say that I eat a lot, I eat. I'm not into, you're never going to hear stuff like, I'm not into the healing, the detox, the cleansing, the fasting, all that kind of stuff. God bless them. If that's who you're, you know, if that's what you're looking for, just letting you know that's not my content. Number two, greens. I always try to get greens in every day. I try to get as many greens in as possible. My green situation isn't as great here, you know, as probably it could be in some areas, but you know, I like big salads. I like to pack those salads out, and don't discount lettuce. A lot of times people don't think lettuce is all that beneficial to us, but it is. Kale. I use a lot of kale in my smoothies. And collard greens. Man, I steam collard greens at least 2 or 3 times a week, if not more than that. I eat beans every day. I've always got a pot of beans around. Like, I generally cook 3 days worth at one time. I buy in bulk. Sometimes I don't buy in bulk. I'm able to get a pound of beans even at just my local store. Soak them overnight, I cook them, and the pot that I cook will last me for 3 days. So I'm eating beans every day. So I've got fruit, I've got greens, I've got beans. I eat healthy carbs. You know, so many people out there are afraid of carbs. I like my carbs. I love sweet potatoes. Being from the South, you know, I guess it just kind of comes naturally, but I love my sweet potatoes. The grains I don't eat as much of, although I'm nothing against them. I do eat quinoa fairly regularly. I probably eat quinoa 2 to 3 times a week. I'll make brown rice from time to time. Like earlier this week, I made a pot of brown rice for a couple of days and enjoyed that. Let's see, what else? Fats. That's one thing that I'm kind of like Goldilocks when it comes to fat, and you're probably thinking, what do you mean by that? Well, if you know Goldilocks and the story, it was always like everything was too much, too hot, too cold, just right. Well, I'm kind of like in that sweet spot on fat. There's so many people out there that are just super afraid of fat. They think they're going to get fat if they're eating any fat. Our body needs fat. I was listening to a good talk by Dr. Joel Fuhrman yesterday on one of the podcasts that I watch, and he was talking about that. And he's a former athlete. He's still very trim at 70. He's vital. He's strong, and he eats fat. He eats nuts every day. Now, when I'm saying that, then there's other people that are just like, scarfing down fat. That's not something I advise either. But, and also when we're talking about the nuts, like, you just got to learn to have a little bit of control. However you have to learn to get there, or whatever you've got to go through, you don't want to throw them out altogether. I hear too many people saying, oh, well, I can't sit down. If I sit down and eat them, here's what you do. You don't sit down with a bag of nuts. You don't put them in a bowl, whatever. You measure out exactly what you need to be eating, and you eat those. And I kind of recommend that you just, like, most of the time, I don't ever just sit around and eat nuts. I put them on salads. I put them in smoothies. I put them on top of acai bowls and things like that. So I eat a fair amount of healthy fat every day. Now, when I say a fair amount, once again, I'm not talking about crazy. I like tahini. I just finished a salad about 15 minutes ago, and I had a tablespoon of tahini in there. Yesterday, or wait a minute, you've already seen that video. I love avocados because I used that in that potato salad that I shared last video or the video before. I sometimes get confused about those. So good, healthy fats. I like sprouts. I'm crazy about sprouts. Actually, I think I did a video, it was this week, where I shared sprouting, how I do my simple sprouts. I've upped my sprouts. I just ordered a new setup for 2 more jars the other day, and I'm about to order some more broccoli sprouts today, because I know I've been going on and on over the past couple of years about the sprouts, but I keep going through levels. Every time I learn something a little bit more, I amp it up a little bit. I went from just dabbling, having them around every once in a while, to now I always have them going, trying to eat some sprouts every day, to recently, I've been listening to a lot of content from Doug Evans. He's the sprout guy. In fact, highly recommend his book. That's a book I'm going to buy here in the next week or so, is The Sprout Book by Doug Evans. Because he kind of opened my mind to even just like not just using them as toppings, but using them, actually just eating salads. So I want to make more and more and more sprouts, because they're look into the sprouts. There's more information out there, and there's more, like, they have such benefits, like broccoli sprouts especially. One of the best sprouts out there, lentil sprouts. But I do those, and like I said, I don't eat a lot of, one of the biggest things, and I think that's why certain other diets that are not plant-based also do well, that is the one commonality, is getting rid of that processed food. And we do the best we can with the lives we're living and our circumstances or whatever, and nobody's going to get rid of every ounce of processed food. But for me, and the way that I try to eat now, is totally whole food, plant-based, whole, with the emphasis on the whole foods. That's what I'm saying, that it's just food, like fruit, potatoes, all the vegetables out there. Now we're just coming up on summer, so there's going to be a lot of different fruits around this summer. I'm looking forward to the watermelons. I'm looking forward to some peaches, although our peaches have been a little bit expensive the last few years. But yeah, so that's kind of it. Like I say, I keep this thing very simple. I'm not the smartest guy in the world either, just as far as my channel goes. Like, that's why I'm constantly, if you watch enough videos, you'll see me recommend a lot of resources, podcasts, The Proof with Simon Hill, probably my top podcast right now. I just go back and re-listen to episodes about particular aspects of nutrition. The Exam Room, Rich Roll, anything with Dr. Michael Greger, anything with Dr. Neil Bernard. I like to listen to the science, and I'll finish it like this. In the end, I'm not emotional. I'm not one of those people that's going to be, like the evangelical preacher in your face every day about, you must go fully plant-based, you must do this and that. People are going to do what people are going to do. You just try to make the best decisions you can. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you're first time here, please subscribe to the channel, and you guys have a beautiful weekend. Peace.